Okay, so I'm gonna keep this real as fuck. My business as it stands at the moment is dog shit. Okay, so long story short, I started a marketing agency about 3 months ago after doing paid media for the last year and a half. I thought, why not? Let's do an agency. Long and behold, my first client went so well. Like the results I was getting this guy from day one were unbelievable. And to be honest, the effort that came out from myself to get those results was really easy, and it was making decent money for it being just one guy. So, as you would, I thought, okay, let's do the same, but let's multiply it by more. So I started running meta ads, got more clients, got 3 more within a month. Like, it was really easy. The sales calls, conversion rate on the sales calls were like 50%. I'm here now, I've got 4 clients. I'm still in a position where only one of them is getting a good service. The other 3, quite frankly, I'm doing an awful job at. Anyway, I've broken down the business model into like 3 stages. This is the funnel, okay? I'm gonna explain to you where it's broken and how I'm gonna fix it. So stage 1, meta ads. This is the most expensive part of the funnel. This actually costs money. It costs thousands of pounds a month because that's just, you know, Zuckerberg's. No, can't say that. This is the part where Meta takes money, as you know. So that costs money, right? I make no money here. Stage 2, well, that's the phone numbers I phone after generating them off Meta. This actually makes me money because they pay deposits on the call, about a 25% conversion rate if all goes to plan. And then stage 3 is the show up rate. This is where my client gets paid. So money costs money. And guess what? Guess what part of the business is broken? The most expensive part to start. And why is it broken? I've also realized, thought that was one of the angry clients at first. No, I'm just kidding, it's not that bad, right? Okay, so funnels broke. There's 2 fundamentally wrong things with this business model, and I've actually come to realize this speaking to a guy that's doing something very similar to what I'm doing at a larger scale in Spain. He's kind of just showing a bit of light to it. But anyway, so my meta ads, they're lazy duplication the way I was doing it, which is a case of, oh, just take what's working and just do it to other practices. Yes, to an extent, but I took that quite literally. I pretty much did a copy and paste. It didn't work at all. So this needs a massive facelift. Secondly, I'm running lead forms. Hey, lead forms, fucking classic. Dog shit. I was phoning leads myself. It was a few calls a day, not a biggie, no problem. I could make the calls quite quickly. Now I've got 4 clients. I just simply do not have the time to be making phone calls the moment they come in. I just can't drop everything else I've got going to do that. So quite frankly, I'm not in a position where I can just keep generating numbers. So how am I gonna fix this? Landing page, absolutely no need for me to write that, I could have just said that, but landing page, okay? So these ads are now gonna be landing page ads. That will allow me to just make it in kind of an e-com product. I'll add some new fancy mechanism, which I've already come up with, that will hopefully make clients just pay the deposit on this landing page, and then all of the people that haven't converted, I can get them called separately, and that'll just be a lot more efficient, time saving, and yeah. But look, long story short, at the moment, as it stands, I run a really bad agency, and I plan to change that around because I'm not in the business of just doing shit business. So I started this YouTube channel. I'm probably going to be the realest guy here. The business is losing money somehow, even though I don't even pay for the ad spend. I get my client to do so. So that goes to show how badly the show is going at the moment. So enough waffling. It's getting dark. I'm in Marbella for a few days. Let's get a landing page drafted up, made out, swap it out for lead forms. Lead forms are for pussies anyway. That's proper rookie level shit. I'm so much more capable than that. And yeah, look, if the game was easy, everyone would do it. This is the fun part of the game, figuring things out, building, making mistakes, and quite frankly, getting the dopamine once it works. If I were to quit now, then the game is just shit because you quit every time it gets hard, and you just get high off the fake dopamine at the beginning in the valley of despair, which my editors just managed to do with their hand. But yeah, cool.
Oh shit, here we go again.
It's funny, I joked about it during that last video about, oh, is that the client calling me? That actually was the client calling me about just during that time lapse, about 30 minutes after filming that video. Yeah, man, he's not angry, he's just wanting an update. Obviously, it's been a week with him. The results haven't been brilliant. I'm just being transparent, they haven't. I have every intention of changing them. Quite frankly, I don't even know if I put this out there. This is an embarrassing moment for myself. At no point do I intend of running a shit business. Like, it doesn't feel good. And the joke is I've not even made money from this yet. That's just the way I have my offer going for the first month. But yeah, the guy's calm. He's a cool guy, but as you would imagine, if you've invested certain money, you expect a return, especially when you make big claims. So a lot of learning to go through, and just another reason to work hard. Right, okay, so I leave tomorrow for my flight back to Manchester. So a quick recap on how successful this trip has been. Objective number one was to get a landing page set up. Not just any landing page, one that works. Thanks to that call with Danny, like the guys told me exactly how to engineer a high converting landing page in this niche, because he's made it work for his one, so that's a massive check. Going back to that though, I sat down after one of the first videos I've done here, and I was like, alright, okay, I'm going to just bash this landing page out. And I sat there, and I don't have any problem about writing copy, that's fine. But I personally cannot stand doing Figma design or like Framer, like anything that's kind of web development-ish is just not my skill set. I hate doing it. So that actually led me to, like, I woke up in the morning, I was like, oh man, I cannot be arsed continuing this. So I just sent my graphic designer, which I should have done this earlier, right? I'll add this voice note on this video, but I sent him a voice note saying, hey mate, can you mind? And I just explained what I want this lander to look like in a 30-second voice note. The format I want it in is the offer at the top, and then it'll be followed up with a lot of testimonial videos. And then I want a section where we showcase the... Then tweak the copy on the Figma version, and within another hour it was complete on Framer. So that's like now a functional lander at a really high degree, done in like 3 hours. Which, by the way, if you paid for a third party in the UK to do that, they would have charged you like 3 grand. I'm not even joking. Absolute advocate on VAs, unbelievable people to work with, really, really hard working. So yeah, landing page is done. I'm so excited about implementing that. It could change the business model. To be fair, if this does not work, I don't know, man. Like, I can't be bothered with lead forms. I just do not have the time to be phoning all day long leads. And it's not because I'm lazy, it's just such low leverage task that one, first of all, I should probably be getting a South African to do it for like $4 an hour or on a commission basis only. But it's just also just not an effective way to warm up leads. I just do think you can do so much better than that in terms of automation and just scalability. It's just more high leverage. And I'd end up having, if this business really scaled, I'd have to hire like a massive team of sales guys just phoning leads all day long. Whereas I can just get a landing page to do all the heavy lifting, and then get a few scrapers to call the leads that perhaps didn't convert. It just makes so much more sense. So yes, I'm so excited about having a landing page. That was like one of my main objectives coming out here to Marbella, is just to have that ticked off. And then aspect number 2, which is really, really important, is the ad level stuff. So the meta ads. How can I systemize a way to create amazing ads, static videos on a daily basis, and just feeding the ad accounts just a shitload of good ads to work with, because that's how meta works. Like, you give it a bunch of ads, it will find the winners and it'll drive the budget into it. I'm such a believer on the machine learning on that aspect. So once I've got that done, and I kind of combine them both, which is the meta ad and the landing page, this should just print money, man. Like, come on, this has to print money, man. And it will be printing money like an e-com store. That's the bit that gets me most excited. This could be a total epic fail, by the way. But essentially what I'm really happy about is that this trip has been so productive and just unreal. Like, I'm in Spain in the sun, working on a table, getting a nice burn/tan, having unbelievable food, spending time with good people. Yeah, so that's cool. Gotta make sure I keep the clients happy though. I've told them that I'm changing the system, the process. Off to Manchester tomorrow morning, first thing, so I'll probably finish some things up. But my mission is to have the landers and the ads ready before I get on that plane. And that will be deemed a successful holiday. By the way, this is a good tax expense. So, you know, those flights I bought with a business card are now deemed valuable. So that is me back to Manchester, as you can see. I'm gonna wrap this video up here. I guess the next video will be talking about how successful the new ads and the new landing pages have been. So yeah, nice one. Realistically, this video will have about 4 views, so chances are if you've watched it and you've got this far, you probably won't see my channel again. So
with Figma than Framer. Framer is kind of strange.